What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing out there? Mm, 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 mm.
We'll see you in the morning. Let's
Yo, yo, what's going on? Doing good. Doing good over here, Kane. Living the dream. A volatile markets, but doing pretty good. Yo, K-Pot. I don't know how to. I don't know what I should. How I should say that, but yo, Julie Miller in the building. Let's go. Let's go. We're showing up. We're showing up. Me too. All right. We're here. Could be a good day tomorrow. Could be another train wreck. We do have some interesting things coming out, though. Look at that. The top article on CNBC: Russia's Ukraine incursion could complicate the Federal Reserve's interest rate decisions. The key points: the outcome of Russia's incursion into two breakaway regions of Ukraine is uncertain, but it already caused commodity prices to shoot higher. Economists say it's the price of oil that matters most because crude prices can drive up inflation and slow down the global economy. What happens to oil could also determine whether the Fed continues to brisk pace of hiking after it raises interest rates in March, or ultimately slows the pace due to growth concerns, which I think you're going to see a lot of that happening back and forth. Means the Mullen Russian. What's up, Tyler? Feeling good. Let's go. I just left Randall Cornet for you. Jesus Christ. These cats are crazy. It's okay. Hold on. Dad duties. Dad duties. Got paid off some SPY puts today and flipped it to some AMC calls for $25 strike March 18th. Yeah, that could be good. If I don't see how this situation is going to slow down, but if it does, strong rallies coming until we get more of the Fed, and then ultimately we get growth slowing down, in my personal opinion. But that'll be interesting. The FBI official warns of potential ransomware attacks in wake of U.S. sanctions on Russia. Watch your crypto. Watch your crypto. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. How are we doing? What kind of trades are you guys doing? Yeah, futures are interesting. They were up the Nasdaq as much as 0.8%. Now they've kind of been starting to slip. Ow. Okay, the kiddo wants to join. Potato vodka tendies. Okay, I can do that. Vlog, baby. How are you doing? That's SPY puts. Just holding crypto. Interesting. Crypto's been doing pretty good compared to the markets. What's it been doing in the last couple of hours? Yeah, see? Up pretty nicely. Some do a lot better, though. How's my Elon coin doing? Oh, it's up 1.5%. The leprechaun, man. The puts worked great today. Yes, they did. I need to try the butterfly. Markets are confused. Yeah, that's where it's working really good right now. Portfolio's been getting collapsed so hard, it's ridiculous. But yeah, up about 40.62% right now. But the key with the butterflies, if the SPY stayed the exact same price as it is right now, you make more the longer time goes on. So you make more if the markets stay at a set range for a long time. What it's really designed for is for a slower downturn. Or in this market, I think it works very well because we have clear support, really support levels. I mean, we don't really have any resistance levels. We're not really, 480, but we're way off a potential resistance level. We're looking at that next leg of the sell-off coming, in my personal opinion. But yeah, the 430, like we closed at 429.57, went up $2 in after hours. There's a strong support at 430. So I think even with all of the fear here, you're either going to be in that 430 or 420 range, that lower end range. So it works really good for right here, and you technically profit the $10 between. So if you look at this, or not that, what do I have? This is the 430. So let me just pull it up. It's a lot easier just to show the which I'm sure, you've seen this before, but for anybody that has not seen it, see buy, sell, buy, hit that line, custom, 2, and I have 8 of them, which I bought these for $22 was my average. So, if you wanted to buy them now, it'd be $296, but that max profit of $3,700. But even if the SPY had closed today, it was March 14th, and the SPY on this price on that day closed, I would have made $2,000. So if the SPY continues, if it goes up, comes back down between now and March 14th, 2 days before the Fed meeting, then it'll make a lot of money. But you really make money in between the 435 price and the 425 price. So you get that $10 range, you can make money. They're cheap and it's low probability. But like I said, right now, it can be really easy to kind of pin a range, I guess. Top of the evening, everyone. We got to get Tyler's last video 1,000 likes. We need him in the leprechaun outfit. Yeah, I want to. I think that would do very well for AMC. Is that green milk I see in her bottle? No. I get it. Just no. Green milk. It might work. Today, basically, any attempt to rally was sold. Yeah, right now is a sell the rally kind of market. So that's what institutions, any of the videos I've seen, that's what they've been saying, that they're selling the rally. And you see that too. But even some of these, this one was a pretty good one, up 48%. But this is, I want the SPY to be around 380 by April. So I doubt that will happen. So if the SPY, once it does come down, I'll probably exit out of this one because I doubt it's going to do that. But I like this one more. For 420 is where I want the SPY to be. I only paid $15 for those, so it's only 17 right now, so it could be good, but let me see. And then the risk to reward on this one is really, really good because it's further out. But you're not going to see a sustained rally until either there is serious diplomacy talks or, Russia, Ukraine, they come to the table and figure something out, which that's not going to happen. Putin wants the history books to look really good for himself right now. So, he's full intent on taking at least those two regions in Ukraine. But on top of that, with the Fed, until you get the Fed U-turning, which is the ultimate dictator of market sentiment, is definitely the Fed, that's when you see a rally come back. Kind of unlikely right now. But yeah, this one, $180. If the SPY closes at around 420, that would be max profit. You'd make almost $5,000 from $180. That's like a 4,500% gain. But still, if you get that $10 between 425 and 415, you'll still make, a couple thousand. So I really like it with the way the markets are set up. But usually I don't do butterflies. But right now, probably the best way to play it. But it is unfortunate, though, when you see the markets do this in the last 3 trading days. Down 2%, down 0.65%, and then down 1%. You would have made a lot more with the puts. But the butterflies don't decay as fast. And you actually make more the longer it takes. Just way different. Way different. And you can also do them very short term, too. Let me see what the actual risk to reward is. Let's get a little crazy with it. Let's say, what is the 4th? Next Friday. I just want to see the risk to reward profile on it. Let's say, what do we want the SPY to be at? 435? Is that fair? Let's do that. Sell at 435. It's probably going to be really expensive because it's in the money, but or close to the money. And what was that? 435, 430. Yeah, it's probably going to be ridiculous. Oh, $55. That's not terrible. Yeah, so $280. Max gain of 2,200 profit if the SPY closed 435 by next Friday. Not bad. Change from buy the dip. Yeah, sell the rip. Yeah. It's reasonable. It's hard to be bullish in this market, to be honest, even without the geopolitical tensions. And I guess I should say on the market, it's like this is very hard to be bullish on because it's only, 2 or 3 stocks that are holding it up. So I think people that are actually buying the index right now are paying way too much because they're really only getting like Apple, Microsoft. If those go, you're going to see the index go down a lot. But like some of the other stocks are down so much that it makes sense to buy like a PayPal or a Square or even a Zoom. I probably would rather buy a Zoom right now than the index, but could be good. I mentioned volume liquidity restriction today. That's a volume liquidity restriction today. I guess I'm unfamiliar with that. Is it something I can like look up? I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything on that. I didn't hear anything about that either. Yeah, more on how you'd play butterfly with price action is awesome. Yeah, really those set ranges. You can also do it to the upside too, but I'm not a big fan of that right now. But I mean, that doesn't look bad. What if you just did one? Your profit be like 500? Yeah, $444. Still not bad if you're in this range. But that's the only risk is say you're 2 or 3 days left to expiration and you're Jesus Christ close to the money. You got to make that decision. Do you hold it and risk not making anything if you see a big bounce, or go for the win on that one? But yeah, I don't do them too often, to be honest with you. Right now is good though. You can also do a moth, if that's what it's called. But I don't really ever do this. Say 430, it's too much risk, but the risk to reward profile is good. But if you catch a market full on crash, you get clapped. It's basically the same way as a butterfly, but you do two like that, I believe is the ratio here. No, forget the ratio of it. 1 2 2. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Buy, sell. Okay, yeah, I gotta sell that. Buy 2. What am I doing wrong here? Alright, I'll have to look into that ratio a little bit more. But you set yourself up to make a lot, but if you get clapped, you get totally clapped. Hold on just 1 second. There's 144. Why is this so expensive? I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I don't know. I'll play with it some more, but kind of like the butterfly, but you set yourself up for a bigger probability of winning, but you don't protect your back end as much. So if you gap down, you can get clapped. Forget what ratio it is, though. What are futures doing? We got a new update from good old CNN. Japan to impose sanctions against Russia. Okay. There we go. NASDAQ up about 0.47%. S&P 0.33%. Dow 0.26%. Maybe I was fucking. Now I'm getting mad. Hold on. Let me try something else. Let me sell up 400. Sorry guys, we're gonna get into a lot of other things real quick. I just want to do this real quick. See, that shit can get nutty. But, I can't get that ratio right. I'm done. I give up. What kind of bird don't fly? A jailbird. Yeah, that's true. If governments invoke emergencies act over freedom convoy, do you think banks could freeze accounts for no reason during MOAS? No, I don't think so. There's really no way you get around not getting paid. I mean, that's a notion that I think a lot of people have just really come up with. You know, there's never been a time where you just didn't get paid unless a stock gets delisted, and that only happens if your government intervenes, you know, or the stock is less than $1. But I see the smoke coming out of TCI's ears. He's onto something. Yeah, I just forget the dang ratio to it. Like, there's a ratio where you can make a lot of money, but if it drops under a certain amount, you lose a lot. I just did it the other day because I was tempted to do it. I was very tempted to do it because the risk to reward profile is great, but if you catch like a 5 or 10% crazy gap down, you know, it can get crazy. But, you know, then I was thinking to myself, like, what are the odds of having that happen? Like, there is really no chance of, you know, a 5 to 10% gap down right now unless Russia declared war on us. That's where you could see like a 5 to 10% gap down. And what are the odds of that? I mean, that's a war they can't win. Why would they, you know, that wouldn't happen. So it's like, it's one of those that makes a lot of sense. But I want to show you guys how insane it is, but I can't get the ratios right. And I don't, because I've never done this one, but it's very attractive. Definitely. I'll stop messing with it if I can't get it right here in a second. So let's say 8. Let's do 4. Now you put for insurance, you do 2. Is it? Say 4. Oh yeah, something like this, but kind of insane. It's like this. It's kind of wild. It does cost a little bit too, but like, look at that. $900, $950. And if the markets go up or do anything, if they were to rally, you would make $950 profit. You'd make 100% worst case scenario to the upside. If the markets fell to 400 by expiration, 7% down from here, you'd make about $7,000 in profits. The markets would have to fall down to 370 before you didn't make anything, and anything under 370.25 you'd lose. That's 14% down. I don't think the markets would do that. It's like a good risk to reward profile, but you're definitely taking on a little bit more risk there. Or even like this too, right? Like, look at this. This, right? Woo, look at this. Okay. $45. Oh man. Okay, I got it. I got the ratios right. Look at this. So with this trade, $410 is your minimum. How much it would cost, right? Just fucking ridiculous. And that's the most you could make as well. Double up. And then if the SPY were to close at 400, you'd make $60,000. If they were to close under 359.59, 16% down, you'd open yourself up to unlimited risk. Like one of those, dude, it's on a risk to reward. it's insane. But I mean, you could blow up your whole account if your luck was wrong on that one. Like, look at that, $60,000. And it's like, do you really think the market's going to drop another 16%? Probably not. But, woo. Hold on, I'm just messing with the premiums at this for a second. Yeah, fuck. Look at that. And then look at that. Oh, man. You spend $8,700 more than I'm willing to, but $51,000 would be your max profit if it closed at 400. That's kind of ridiculous. What would one give you? 869. Yeah, make $4,000. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, see, look at that. $950 could make $6,000. Either way, you walk away with $950. That's just, I don't know. I don't got balls for that. Okay, I don't think so. Futures, NASDAQ up 0.5%. Not really doing anything. Vlog says, I'm in. When is shit all getting clapped? I would be surprised if they haven't took some level of a loss right now. Especially if I'm correct. If the manipulation is really slowed down. They're not doing that as much now. I'm sure that they're definitely taking a hit. But I don't think that money would really be on paper if it was, their manipulated gains. But nevertheless, not quite sure. They should be getting clapped any day. I'm waiting. This is like me waiting on Biden to come talk. It's like an hour later, the markets are free falling. Biden, fuck, where you at, dude? Just gone. It's all good though. Then let's see what the Fed rate. 70.2% of market participants expect 0.25%. 29.8% of market participants expect a 0.5% rate hike. So starting to get more on the dovish side. Previous day probability 0.25% was 89%. Yeah, this has changed since earlier. But what's interesting about this is let's go. Oh, that's the history of it. Okay. Yeah, imagine those rates. 11%. I'm good. I won't get nothing. I thought they went back further than that. By June, we're expecting 0.75%. Expecting 0.25% every single meeting. Which that's going to be the real thing that messes up the markets. The Fed raising rates, clamping down on the liquidity, and then growth slowing down. Like, I get people are still out spending money, but it's going to be very hard to comp and beat at all 2021 numbers, in my personal opinion. That's where I see a lot of the problems there. But yeah, SPY's expensive. The put to call ratio is at insane levels right now. Like even for spreads, it's pretty crazy. Which that's not terrible, but you need the SPY to fall 15-16% to get that max gain.
Where are you going?
$600 for a max gain of 4,300. Stop. Your mom getting you. So it's quality time with Dad. Yeah, I've had her all day. So appreciate it. Thanks, Joe Brandon. Yeah. Green or red doesn't matter anymore. It's not going to dictate the squeeze. Not on a daily basis, but if you're talking about extended periods of time, it'll definitely help the squeeze. Yeah, futures are really back and forth. We haven't got any real headlines from Russia, Ukraine that I have seen. They were burning the documents at the embassy as they left. or the consulate. Straight up burning them. Then we got missiles, you know. Some good old Russian shit. Look at this one. GTA. Pretty crazy, but I do expect some kind of escalation tonight. If not here pretty shortly. Just hold and watch it go up. Exactly. Yeah, and this was funny. For his 69th tweet, I seen Unusual Whales said it was his 69th. I'm not quite sure if that's correct or not. But he just tweeted shorts. That's it. What is GameStop short interest? Zero positive order value. That's interesting. Again, videos just playing. 21% short interest. Yeah. I would tweet shorts too. 21%. Cost to borrow 5.47%. Utilization still at 100%. Days cover at 5.76. I don't look at GameStop as much as I should. Still over 100, so that's solid. Buy the dip every time. Got to go up sooner than later. Yeah, I mean you're really buying it for the business. Like at this point, a short squeeze that's on top of it, but they've pushed it to its business fundamental level. By any way you want to, value the company. By how I would value the company. 20.89%. Utilization still 100%. SNDL. I believe it had a lower short interest the last time I looked. They just have a ton of shares out there. 12.23%. SNDL's short interest is like everywhere. It changes a lot. Yeah, 251 million shares sold short. Cost of borrow max at 32%. Utilization at 98.61%. Days to cover at almost 5. Hook. Pharmaceutical. Seems like pharmaceutical would be a pretty easy short. Yeah, 26.7%. That's insane. That's getting high. Cost to borrow max 55.4%. Utilization of 96.47%. Days to cover at 1. Why have I never heard of this? What are the insiders doing? Nothing. Oh my God, what happened? Jeez. That's one definitely worth looking into. That's fallen like a knife. Over the past week, one institutional order, and it was a 250 call for $42,000. What's the stock at? They probably made. Oh, it expired already, so they lost. I think. Yeah, they lost on that, huh? BBIG. Yeah, 24.56%. Cost to borrow, 129%. Jeez. See, and that's why I like to look at the cost to borrow max and then compare that to the utilization. Like I've tried to point out in pretty much every single video that you can kind of get a picture for how bullish firms are by, the cost to borrow, what the utilization is, and how long it takes for the utilization to come down. Because if firms are very bullish, like with SoFi, and the utilization is really low, like 3%, like we're seeing right now, and the utilization is not changing, that's telling you that they don't want to lend out their stock for super low percentage gains. Cost to borrow max on this, 129%. That still looks bullish to me, that you still have an 80% utilization. That's pretty bullish. But obviously some firms are going to take that 45 to 129% cost to borrow max, which, I mean, I probably would too, but question is, what's the question? Yeah, SoFi is another core holding of mine. SoFi just, they are in the acquiring, the growth phase. So they acquired a technology company that basically integrates, what the fuck's it called? I don't even know what the company's called. It's got the weirdest name in the world. I was reading about it, but basically it's going to help out their online banking presence. Oh, shit. Nope. Yeah, they bought it. Technicis SA, I don't know how to say that. For $1.1 billion, the latest in a string of deals designed to transform the lender into a one-stop financial shop. The all-stock deal is equivalent to roughly 10% of SoFi's market value. So that's why you've seen SoFi, good old SoFi, one of my favorites, drop 10%. They basically diluted the price of the stock. But look at that rally here in later after hours. It's a volumeless, basically a volumeless rally, but there's a lot of support at $10 per share. I think you're kind of buying it at the bottom of the barrel, which I need to average down more on that one, but I don't think I've heard of Mullen. Ooh. It doesn't look so good. What is going on with them? Are they going like bankruptcy? Are they going out of business? They must be going out of business, right? Oh, they've had a lot of reverse stock splits too. Yeah, they must be like going out of business or something. Whenever you see this, not good. Look at that volume. Not good. I would stay away from it. Who here in comments is selling? Only like 5% might comment, and every one of us / you is buying / holding. Think of it. Just fucking hold, a fam. For real. Hold to $500 minimum. Yeah, I think, I think a lot of people, they've been in this, for a decent amount of time. If you've been in the markets for, me, 2017, 2018, end of 2017, around that time, you've experienced a lot of ups and downs. I mean, I've been through two, three major market crashes now, right? 1, 2, 3, and now this fourth one. And, holding stocks through that, sometimes you got to take an L for a while, for a couple months, a year, however long it takes. But if you have conviction, you'll be just fine. And I think a lot of people forget, they see stocks going up a lot. They get the FOMO, right? Which, is pretty common, and they forget why they were ever in the trade, and then they want to sell out, and they want to get back in, and they want to sell out again, and that's just not, smart. But yeah, what it comes down to for me is we've never seen a short squeeze with AMC stock. We've never seen it. We've seen small shorts that didn't have enough money to, cover on their positions, to remain in their positions. But by and large, we've never seen a short squeeze on AMC stock. At least the big guys did not cover, in the way that would have sent the stock flying because there was too much money outstanding. So for me personally, I wouldn't even think the trade was over until, say, the markets are down in the dirt, the Fed's tightening, growth is slowing down, everything's bad in the markets, and then the Fed U-turns and the markets start to rally. If that happens, and during that rally, or while the markets are down in the dirt, if the MOS doesn't happen in that 6-month stretch, then maybe that's when you can say, hey, this might not work. But until the markets go down in a substantial way, and the markets are down and AMC gets a catalyst that pushes it up at the same time, then nothing has really changed, Super Show, is it that company? Like, is this what the chart looks like? They actually have revenue, which is surprising right now. Did they just do a reverse split? They must have, right? Had to have. No, they didn't. At least it's not coming up on the chart. Reverse split 1 for 10. Another 1 for 10. And there must have been some back there, but there had to have been one recently. Oh. When stocks are down like this, a lot of the money is made with people that come in and take those risky bets, but there's obviously something going on. Actually, I'll do you a little favor too. Let me see. If you are invested in it, you'd care, but if not, you probably wouldn't. Yeah, I want to see what the insiders have been doing. Like nothing? One sell? Do they have any insiders? Analysts, no coverage from analysts. Yeah, this stock just doesn't get a lot of coverage, it looks like. Yeah. They actually doubled their revenue, though. Almost doubled between 2020 and 2021. Which, that's pretty interesting. Where's their... 41.86 million on the books. To make vehicles, it costs a lot. So I would be a little bit weary about that. Definitely need to do some more due diligence on it, but not a very high short interest, 2.68%. Not a high utilization. Like I said, yeah, nothing. implied volatility is 420%. That's crazy. That could be an interesting one. I'm going to see about that. My question is, when AMC finally does squeeze, what are the chances institutions start dumping instead of riding AMC to the top like retail wants to? I guess that's a good question. There's not really a clear answer for, because we don't know how it would play out. But what I would imagine, like, if you guys ever seen have you guys ever seen the movie The Big Short? Right. In 2008, when everything hit the fan, well, before that, Michael Burry, these other investment firms that caught wind of this trade, they bought and had the banks make them credit default swaps on mortgage-backed securities. So they weren't very valuable, right, until everything hit the fan, and then the banks wanted to buy them, and they would pay money to buy them to protect themselves. So I would imagine it would be a lot of dark pool trading back and forth between institutions that are long and short. So I don't think it would actually affect the price of the stock like you would think. Like, imagine if a short seller wanted to, cover on their position, but they didn't want to pay market price. And another institutional investor, say the price is at $100. A short got in at, say, 50 for imaginary sake here. Then that short seller would probably go to the dark pools and be like, hey, will anybody sell me these shares for 80 so I don't have to pay 100, right? Because everybody thinks the stock's going to go up and come back down. So there can be a lot of that activity going on. I don't really think they would just dump on the open market. That's why dark pools exist, is to do that. And usually there's always going to be a short for every long. So I think you'd see a lot of that kind of activity going on, to be honest. I think the mother of all Moas is coming. Oh, yeah. For a diamond like Neo was cheap. That could be it. Is that why? What's their Twitter actually? Because that one does intrigue me. It's one of those where it's so risky it could pay off really big if it works out. But I mean, you can't really have expectations for it. But it wasn't Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman is a good example of trying to find diamonds in the rough. He said in 2008, I believe it was J.C. Penney's. They were like so close to going bankrupt. You could buy the stock for like pennies on the dollar. It was nothing. And he said he bought the stock because he didn't think it would go out of business, and made like 350x, which is just ridiculous. So those opportunities, could be a good trade. I see Sports Investing and Hobbies is buying it too. Short bus question. Why can't they just buy the shares to offset the ones they return? That's pretty much what they do, if I'm understanding that correctly. Yeah, pretty much what they do. J.C. Penney's, I remember their Christmas catalogs. That's actually the first place that I got a credit card to. I just walked in. I was forget what it was for. like a funeral or something, and I was gonna spend like $300 on clothes. I don't know why. Who the fuck goes to JCPenney's for that kind of clothes? But, anyways, they're like, hey, you want to open a credit card? You know, you could save like 10%. You know me, I'm like, sure, shit, 10%. That is 10% saved, 10% invested, right? So I did that and just paid it off right there in the store. Have not used it since. I'm surprised it's not closed, but I had no credit score. They just gave me the card with like a $3,000 limit. I'm like, y'all want me to go in debt. Y'all are funny. But what is that? No, not Mulan. What is the ticker? I keep thinking Mulan. MULN. Is that what their Twitter account is? Or how would I look up their Twitter? I want to see what they've been tweeting because the stock was up 10% in after hours. Or 16%. Shit. And I really want to know why this is happening. Like, why is that happening? Down 20% almost every day. Mullen Automotive Inc. Says it's unaware of reason for sell-off. Get out. I don't think I've ever seen a company say that. Mullen Automotive stock bounces after a recording losing streak as EV maker says it's unaware of reason for that's not a thing. Just be careful here, guys. You are not unaware of why your stock is tanking. Stocks don't just tank like that with that kind of increase in volume for no reason. No way. Never happens. You'll never see that. Maybe this, you could see that, but is this thing really at 16? I have a hard time believing that. And just went to 50 cents. I'm late. Didn't get the notification. They're screwing you, man. I got in at 61 cents per share for 200. Yeah, see if you, keep it relatively small. You'll do just fine. Yeah, what? And there has been no reverse split, correct? I'm not seeing it on here. I'll have to do a lot more. See, actually, I'm curious. What does Yahoo Finance say about this? Because it's interesting. If there is really no reason they know of why the stock is selling off, could be a big opportunity, but you're definitely taking a lot of risk of everybody just dumped out and this stock is done. That's the risk you take. I want to see if they have any coverage. Probably not. Analyst price to what? An analyst price target of $23? What is going on here? Dude, I'm very intrigued. Fuck anything else right now. This could either be a great opportunity or we're all going to lose money. What's the market cap on this bad mamma jamma? 21 million. What? What? I'm lost, honestly. Now I got to figure out why this is happening. Yeah, that really don't tell me anything. It doesn't look like there was a split recently. What the fuck is options? Can I not see? That's it. Yeah, they have like no option activity as well. Why don't you acknowledge GME? I think GameStop's good too, but GameStop's has different issues. Right? Like GameStop it is in a bad situation fundamentally. Not really fundamentally, but continuing their business. Like the business of going in a store, trading in your games and buying new games, doing like the traditional GameStop is not in a good state without any innovation, which they have not done for too long. The company would have eventually went out of business probably in 2020 unless people had helped them out and all that. The thing that intrigues me with GameStop is the NFT marketplace, because if they're even valued at half the valuation of OpenSea, then the stock could easily double from here. I think OpenSea's valuation was like $12 billion, and GameStop was like a $6 billion company at the time I was looking at that. The car looks decent also. Where do they sell it at? Let me see. I just kind of want to read on it for a second. Then we can look at anything else. But I'm very intrigued right now. You don't see this all the time. Stock is lower by 40.19% this week. Buy, hold, or sell. Mullen Automotive Inc. stock is lower by 95.11% over the last 12 months. Gives Mullen stock a score of 0 out of possible 100. The rank is chiefly influenced by a short-term technical score of 0. Milan's rank also indicates a long-term technical score of 0. Fundamental score of Milan is 0. Milan stock has a mean target price of $23. This means analysts expect the stock to increase by 3,500% over the next 12 months. What's happening with Milan's stock today? See, nothing. Nobody knows anything. Come on. That's too coincidental. Let's see this one. Mullen Automotive stock bounces after recording losing streak because EV maker says it's unaware of reason for sell-off. That's very... Shares of Mullen Automotive Inc. They're putting them on course to snap a record-long 11-day losing streak after the vehicle maker said it was on track to meet its operational goals and listed a number of recent accomplishments in response to the sell-off. Mullen also stated the company is unaware of any business reason for the current decline of Mullen's stock price. The stock had plummeted 75.6% over the past 11 sessions to close Wednesday at a split-adjusted record low. Mullen Thursday said that it was on track to deliver the first EV cargo van fleet in the second quarter and said high-performance versions of its Mullen 5 EV is scheduled to arrive in late summer 2022. Maybe the problem is just not enough recognition or coverage. That could be the problem here. If there's really nothing else going on, after receiving funding, Mullen shares Inc. were down 13%. Said it bolstered its balance sheet with $4 million in funding over the past week. The company said the funding came through a combination of the initial drawdown of $2.5 million under a $13 million equity line from Holdings LLC and debt financing from existing shareholders, bringing the total funding received over the past 2 months to more than $40 million. Mullen said recently it was in a series of key partnerships with ARC, DUR, and DSA Systems for automotive engineering, vehicle production systems, and over-the-air vehicle system diagnostics, respectively. The company expects these strategic developments to play a crucial role in bringing its EV crossover, the Mullen 5. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, man. Broken heart. broken heart. She breaks my heart when she cries like that. She's being tended to. Don't go all fucking Nazi on me, y'all. Fucking hedgies on me. Do you think MOS will peak at 100? Lou making me lower my price targets. Well, we've never seen a short squeeze with AMC, and AMC went to $78, I believe, at the peak. Did it approach over 80 for a minute? And we've never seen a short squeeze. Like, the mid and the large shorts were not forced to cover, and those were, they will be the largest drivers of price action in the stock. So, definitely not 100. Like, if you want to be super bearish on it, you're at least at the couple $100 mark. If you know that, you know, I don't want to say anything bad about Lou, because whatever, people like him and all that, but if you're looking at the history of what we've seen in June, to say 100, and you didn't even see the big shorts or the medium-sized shorts forced to cover, I mean, where are you getting, you know, those low numbers? I don't know if you said 100 or if he said 100 too. In all fairness, I don't know who said that, but definitely not. I would be very. Well, that's also the issue too. Is if we squeeze without the shorts being forced to cover, $100 very possible. If the markets are down in the dirt and shorts don't have money to service their margin calls, and then they are forced to cover by the brokers, then that's when you see the dominoes start to fall very fast. Right now, you're seeing like, let's look at an analogy for this. You see like one domino fall, and then another one fall, and then another one fall. Whereas when the MOAS happens, it's going to be a very fast progression of literal dominoes. You know, so in a very dramatic analogy there. Fuck it. I'm full sending. No. I will not full send it on this, but hold on, let me see. How much does 500 I don't even know if I want to risk that on this, but let's see. What is that'll get you what? 491 shares? What's the price of this stock right now? It was up 10 cents, so it's 72 cents actually. Yeah, let's do 300. 0.71. Yeah, that's 422 shares. Let's say it goes to oh, that did not feel good. Okay. That goes oh shit. Yeah, like goes to $3. That's $1,200. I think that's a pretty decent risk to reward. My price target at first was 500K. I think 10K is possible. I hope for 6 figures. I think 500K is wishful. Yeah, I think 10K if they're actually forced to cover. I think there's a big difference between being forced to cover and not. And the only way that happens is if the markets go down and liquidity is drained. You know, if they're not forced to cover, then you're going to see a June-like event again. And I want you to be fully prepared for that. If the markets are rallying into the MOAS, you're not going to see those crazy high numbers. If the markets sell off into the MOAS, that's where you have a much better chance of seeing those high numbers. But yeah, I'm going to get off here, go tend to the dad duty. She's calling me mama. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to be a part of the trading community linked in the description or in the pinned comment of the last video. Definitely going to be sending out an alert on this in the morning. I'm not sure what it's going to be at. I have a lot more research to do on this. It's worth a gamble in my personal opinion. But nevertheless, thank you guys. Super show. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all you guys in here, the mods, everyone involved, keeping it positive and respectful. So thank you guys.